it's Caroline and welcome back to my channel, and today I am working with this large format A4 photo. It's A4 photo, black and white. I've had this and the smaller version of the photo in my 12 by 12 album since March, so I want to get this story scrapbooked. I had both of them because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use, but I've decided that I'm actually going to use both of them and just layer it up just for that visual effect. And I am going to pair this with a 12 by 12 sheet of pattern paper from the April Best of Both Worlds kit. I had originally decided that I was going to cut this one up into lots of different strips, but I'm going to use it because I think it will work really nicely to help this black and white photo just pop. So this page is probably going to come together really quickly because that is going to be the general concept. I have this journal card to layer underneath somewhere around here, around the yellow. I've got some scraps of pattern paper which I'm probably just going to kind of layer up. A cut apart sheet that I'm thinking I will potentially bring in one of the yellows and pop it up in the top. Not too sure on that one yet. Write the journaling on there. Just basically a stack of paper layers here. Also got some border strips on my desk from this kit which I could layer in here somewhere, but I want to make sure that I've got that rainbow stripe all around the edge so that you can tell that this is what that paper is. So yeah, that's where I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to ink the edges again in black and just pull together the page quite quickly so that I can get this into my album, keep creating with this Best of Both Worlds kit, and then look at putting together a kit from my own supplies to kind of copy the feel of the May kit, because I don't want to just skip straight to July. I want to go through May and June if I can, while I have got this creative spark going. So I will put things onto fast forward and voiceover and get this one put together. Okay, so step one is going to be to adhere down this really large photo onto that background, making sure that I leave that rainbow edge all around the photo so that it really helps for the photo to pop up and that you can see all of those gorgeous colours down the left hand side. And then one of the things I do love about using up a kit is that I just I'm not quite so precious. So here I have a scrap of paper. I'm just going to use the paper exactly as it is, so I'm not cutting to size or anything like that. I am just basically using what I've got so that nothing gets used, gets either thrown away, or the product that gets put into my stash is really, really limited. I very recently tidied up my scraps box. I've got a plastic kind of divided box that I use to store my scraps in varying sizes, and it is absolutely packed full. So I really need to start using some scraps up. I might have to start some kind of series or something to give myself a bit of accountability to try to use up those scraps, because it has got some gorgeous papers in there for that I have kept for years and years and years. Small pieces because I really loved the design, that kind of thing. So a box just full of scrap paper. So that is why I'm trying, like I'm doing here, to use things like border strips and cut apart sheets so that I don't lose them in that giant box of scrap paper. Now that I have the paper stack built up underneath the journaling card, I'm going to adhere down the second version of the photo. I'm going to do that with foam adhesive just so that it pops up a little bit. Really glad that I do that. And then once I've got that stuck down, I'm going to work in the top left of the photo, because there's only really going to be one main area of embellishment on this page because the photo is so dominant. And so what I am going to do is have a look at what papers and colours I have in this paper stack, and then copy that up at the top left so that there's this diagonal of colour and interest that will help draw your eye from the top left of the photo down to the journaling at the bottom right. So I'm bringing in this Paige Evans paper. I'm going to cut out the yellow heart. Originally I thought about maybe punching out a label from some of the yellow paper, but the yellow heart is just really lovely, so I'm going to fussy cut that out and then layer that with some with a label die cut and also some of that lovely heart border there, just to bring in the designs and the colours from that paper stack. It helps everything pull together that little bit more. I'm really happy that I did it. It looks really lovely. On the photo, the best place for the embellishment for my eye would have been potentially over on the right hand side, where there's a little bit more black kind of neutral space to work with, but the design of the page means that for me it needed to go up on the top left so that I had that diagonal to work with, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to work on building up my title now, bringing a really old alpha set in here that are really glittery pink alphas, which I really love, but they are a little bit they're not as sticky as I would like them to be, so I will go in with some liquid adhesive a little bit later on. And I'm going to use this pink for the second word, which is feet, and then I have that black thicker kind of sentiment pack from a previous layout still in the kit box, so I'm going to pull in the word sweet from that, so a nice bold black word and then a really glittery pink word. And I think it works really nicely to have those two different colours because the pattern in the background is so bright and the pink works really nicely with that, but then because I printed the photo in black and white, it helps to have some black on the page, else the photo starts to feel a little bit too stark. And so what I'm doing here is just bringing that pink from the alpha up to the top left so that I have that repeated in both the bottom right and the top left areas. Okay, and here is the finished layout. Really happy with how this one has come together. Happy that I popped this photo up on foam tape, and I think it was a really good idea to bring in that yellow up here and copy the border strip and the hot pink label die cut. I've put some puffy hearts, well, one puffy heart and some puffy alphas and stickers just to highlight whose feet were who in the photo. Also some enamel dots, and then brought in the thicker sticker from the sentiment sheet just in those areas, so I've got that black in those 3 areas as well. Really love it. Love that it's so bright and cheerful and sparkly from such a black and white and stark photo, and I actually really like this repetition of the photo. Yeah, really pleased that I opted to put both of those in there. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already, please do subscribe. It would be great to have you here for more of my videos. I've still got quite a lot of the April Best of Both Worlds kit left, so I think I'm going to just keep on going through my album, looking at the photos that are just sat in the page protectors, and pull some pages together, keep going until I've used up as much as I can, and then I will be moving on with the May kit. So thank you for watching and take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.